Hey traders, Raghee here. I want to do a day trading recap with you all to show you the kind of things that we do in the Sector Secrets Mastery, specifically what kind of trades we look for, what kind of expectation for number of trades can you get, and what kind of risk and reward are we talking about. So let's take a look at what we did just this morning. And when I say this morning, I'm talking about day trading from 9:35 to 10:35. So this is not a time consuming type of trading. I am day trading for just about 50 to 60 minutes every morning, which means I'm looking for entries in this window. And if I get these entries, we have initial targets and guidance that if the trade continues in my favor for a longer period of time, great. But I don't have to be at the desk for anything more than 9:35 to 10:35 this every morning. This morning we had 3 trades. Usually I'm looking for in this window about 1 to 3 trades, preferably per day. But ultimately, the market is a determining factor as to how many trades I'll get. But that's a pretty good estimate on the kind of activity you can expect in this just 1 hour window. Well, how effective can we be, right? And before we even get there, I'm going to show you something from one of our members. This is one of our members from just this morning. He said, I have not been very good at day trading. A lot of people struggle, right? But today I had my first 1 comma trade. And we have a little 1 comma club where when they have their first $1,000 trade, we like to celebrate with them because it's a really significant milestone. And he's had 1 comma swings with us, but this is the first time that day trading is really starting to click. First 1 comma trade. Now, I can't guarantee that for everybody, but this is what some of our members are experiencing. So let's get to the kind of trades we're talking about. First up, we took a trade in the NASDAQ. Now, whether you're a NASDAQ futures trader, a micro NASDAQ futures trader, or a QQQ trader, notice the way in which we alert our trades. It's in the language, really, for all 3. You can use this trigger for the micro NASDAQ, if that's what you're doing. You can use that for the NASDAQ, or you can use that for QQQ. All right, we have all sorts of traders in our room. We have traders that have futures contracts and they want to be able to benefit from that. They have the ability to trade ETFs. Some will do both. For me, I like to trade the futures contracts alongside the QQQ calls. So there's a lot of flexibility in the way that we alert these because we're using the language of the NASDAQ. In this case, when the NASDAQ got down to 24,603, we bought the QQQ 24,596 call. Now, I want to mention something else about this alert. These are not fill alerts. These are setups that we let traders know we will look for. And if price gets to that level, then we'll take advantage of the trade. So you know exactly what you're looking for. This is not an after-the-fact trigger that you're chasing in. These are things we're waiting to happen. So we let the trade come to us. In this case, we paid $3.65 or $365 per contract. Now, if you've got a budget, say, of $500 to $1,000, right, you can buy multiples of these contracts. So I like to keep our day trading affordable. If you have a large account, great. You might be buying 20 of these, right? You might be buying 30 of these if you have a large account. If you have a small account, you might be buying 2 or 3. Either way, the idea is to have something liquid and affordable so all types of account sizes can benefit. And right now, these options are trading for approximately $9.20. Now you might wonder, okay, Rog, that's a really nice return, but what was the risk, right? What was the risk on a $365 option? I'll tell you right now, the risk on that $365 option was 92 cents per contract. So we got almost a 2.5 gain on that contract, and we risked 92 cents or $92 per contract. All right, next one. And this is the basic math that we're always looking to take advantage of. All right, next one was Bitcoin. A lot of our traders say, Rog, there's so much attention on Bitcoin. How do we trade it? Well, of course, we could trade the BTC, full-size contract futures. We could trade the micro BTC. Or, for those of you that may not be aware, IBIT is a great ETF alternative. So some of our members traded the futures. Others traded IBIT, and the idea was to wait for price to get down, once again, to the futures level. We always look ahead. Where does price have to go before we can buy it? Once BTC gets down in that level, we buy the IBIT call, or you have a limit order open to buy the futures. These cost $150 each, or $1.50. Risk was 25% of premium paid, and currently these contracts are trading at approximately $2.75. So we're up about $1.25 or $125 a contract, which is pretty good. It's not QQQ, but pretty darn good. Now think about the multiple of contracts you could purchase when they're just $1.50. Well, what was the risk, right? We got to talk about what's the risk on the trade. How many dollars do you need to put the trade on? Well, here you can see, if I paid $1.50 for the option, my risk is to 112. If that $1.50 option goes down to 112, I would look to get out. That's 35 cents of risk with a $125 reward, right? So $35 of risk and $125 of reward. And again, at $150, I think a lot of you could be saying, Raghee, I might buy 5 or even 10 of these contracts. And now you're getting it. It's not just the move. It's how much is it going to cost you if you're wrong? How much could you make? And how many dollars are allowable to spend to buy a certain number of these contracts? The last trade example I'm going to show you, because we do have futures traders in our room, was a gold trade that we looked at this morning. Now, GLD did not have sufficient open interest, so I did not trade the ETF. But this is exactly what we did. You would look for this Darvis level, which is at 4070.7, and each point in gold is $100. So as we go from 4070 to 4070.1, you can see it's $100 per. Now, as this thing moves, obviously a tremendous move in gold, but it all started with that window from 9:30 to 10:35. This is going to set you up for many times the day, or at least for the morning. And these are exactly the kind of day trades we look at in the Sector Secrets Mastery. And again, I want to celebrate our members, because one of our members had their first 1 comma day, which I could not be more pleased with. And that's exactly what we're looking to do for our members. Make something that was difficult a lot easier. Have the process repeatable. Give them an expectation for risk. Give them an expectation for the number of trades and cost. And that's going to definitely be able to boost anyone's confidence in their day trading.